Alright, so this is Flintstones for MS-DOS. As you can see, the run has been blessed by the Crocodile of Blessing. Sometimes that crocodile will just show up and kill you, and the way that we stay sane as Flintstones DOS speedrunners is we say that the run is blessed. So it's good, the run is blessed. You know, the crocodile can get you twice, it's just RNG whether he spawns, but if you get twice, you get double blessed, so, you know, there's that. This game is in general really hard. If you touch anything that looks like it can do anything, you probably will die. So, and sometimes the things that don't look like they can do anything will also kill you. So it's just safest not to touch anything in this game. Here we're gonna kill this elephant with 2 rocks, or like an egg and a rock. As you can see, there's also a timer in the bottom left, and if that timer hits 0, I'm gonna die. And part of the speedrunning route is routing in intentional deaths so that you know, you take the fastest possible intentional deaths when you're about to run out of time. Here we're going to ride on this pterodactyl and then hover in midair to avoid that turtle. In general, there's not really like speed tech in this game. There's a couple of places where you can skip bees that are not intended to be skipped, but I'm really not an authority on what was intended to be the gameplay experience of this game because, you know, who knows. Alright, we give that guy a coconut so that he lets us past. This is the all bosses category, and basically the bosses in this game just sometimes don't have a hitbox, so if you get good RNG, you can just skip all of them. But it's pretty miserable to try to play for any percent, so, you know. Any percent world record is actually free if you want it, except you have to, you know, be able to beat this game, so it's not actually free. Alright, we're through stage 3, and we're on to stage 4. Stage 4 is easily the worst stage in the game. We've got tons of just RNG pterodactyls everywhere, and we're going to hope that they don't kill the run. So that's really the best you can do in this stage, is to grab that rock so that you can avoid one of them, and then hope that a second one will spawn somewhere. Alright. He didn't spawn, but it seemed like we were safe, so I just went for it. The pterodactyl actually can spawn while you're on the vine and just like murderize you horribly because you can't actually do anything about it if he does that. Alright, there we scroll the screen to get the turtle off screen. There is a faster strategy to do bee and turtle skip at the same time, but it's not marathon safe. So we're doing the normal bee skip and calling it good. Alright, so this Stegosaurus takes 3 hits. The Stegosauruses have 2 hitboxes. They have a tail hitbox, which does no damage as far as I can tell, and then a head hitbox, which does normal damage. Good luck figuring out casually that that's how they work, because there's literally no visual indicator of whether or not you're dealing damage, but alright. So we're low on energy, we're going to take an intentional death there. Alright, and then we're going to bop those guys. Here we have another vine coming up. The vines are, you know, like most games that have swinging on vines, the vines are just like a really smooth experience that's really easy to use and not heart-rending at all. So, you know, just like most games in the platforming genre, you know, this game is just like a really smooth experience with it's really just no problems at all. All right. So we're gonna kill this Stegosaurus. Just like the last Stegosaurus, the Stegosaurus is going to take 3 hits. Some of the bosses that have the same boss design actually don't take the same number of hits, but in this case, Stegosauruses are all the same. Okay, we made it through stage 5, we're on to stage 6. Petrified Stone National Park is kind of an easy stage. There's only one part that's really scary, and so just here we're sitting back and recharging our stress resources so that our hearts can handle the later stages in the game. If some of this jumping looks kind of janky, that's probably because it's pretty janky. So, alright, we're gonna skip this B. That part is a little bit scary because if you trip on that rock, you die. But we didn't trip on the rock, so good. Alright, we're just going to jump over that rock, and then we're going to jump over this turtle and make it to Soggy Glade Swamp. Okay, so that crocodile spawned there. That crocodile is not guaranteed to spawn, and it's not good if it spawns. Alright. We got some pretty bad RNG with the pterodactyls, but we managed not to die, which is the really important part. Like we were saying earlier, the main goal of the speedrun here is not to die. So if we spend too much time or whatever, that's really a secondary concern to not dying. Alright, you can see that I'm getting kind of low on energy, but the next boss or the next stage is possible to complete with very little energy. It's very fast, so we're just gonna go through and hope for the best. Yeah, so this stage you're basically just running through it. There's one part that's a little bit dangerous, and then there's a part at the end that makes you scared. So we're coming up on this part at the end. We have to grab this rock, kill a bee that's off screen. Then we have to grab this egg, because if we don't grab the egg, then we literally can't beat the boss and we have to reset. So, or go back to that checkpoint. So we managed to beat that boss and get through this stage. Now we're taking an intentional death because we are out of energy. Alright, we're on to the last stage of the game. Here we have to grab this coconut in order to satisfy this elephant, so that's the first part of the boss rush. The second part is this Stegosaurus. Alright, and the RNG pterodactyls are also present. They're out in full force. But it seems like, oh my god, what was that? Okay, dinosaurs are powerful. So I guess for what happened there was a pterodactyl that was off screen that ate the rock shot. This game has auto aim, so you can't actually aim at what you're aiming at. You just have to. Oh my god. Okay, I hit the Stegosaurus's tail there. So we're gonna have to hope. Alright. 1. 2. 3. Alright, so we killed this boss. Now we're going to skip another B. And now we're on to the next boss. Here we have a little guy. 2, 3, 4. This guy takes 4 hits for whatever reason. It's not really explained why this guy takes a different number of hits than the other guys, but whatever. Okay, so we're gonna go up here, we're gonna go up here, and then we're gonna wait for a minute and stomp the guy that hatches from that egg. And now we're onto the final boss. So this guy takes 7 hits. 2. Come on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and then we're gonna run and time. So that was Flintstones for DOS. You know, this game is wonderful, and I suggest that you at least try it because it's despite looking like one of the worst games of all time, it's actually not one of the worst games of all time. There's definitely lots of games that are worse than this one. And if that's not a good advertisement for the game, I don't know what is. It's a fun speedrun. There's lots of deep movement. The game is really stressful, so that can be fun. Yeah, this game is great, and I hope you enjoyed that.